right, baby. We got Internet celebrates PlayStation boss Jim Ryan stepping down as Sony Interactive CEO. Yep. By young, yeah. So you already know this is going to be, for some reason, in this day and time, there is either you are beloved by the fans, or you a piece of shit boss. It's either one or the other. Either you piece of shit or you beloved. It's like almost literally no in between. Like you ain't semi dude somewhere, because somebody be like, oh, this guy's stepping down, and then they get replaced by a piece of shit. Another dude, and they just trash.
Okay, well, this sort of came out of nowhere. Right. Many of you may have heard by now. Sony Interactive Entertainment is getting a new CEO.
Oh, nice.
Jim Ryan is retiring. And he's stepping down from
PlayStation boss Jim Ryan stepping down. 2 sources. Oh, really? Isn't he ain't been on for long, hasn't he? Yeah.
His position as CEO of SIE, as reported here by Jason Schreier.
Yeah, he hasn't been on like very much, right? Oh shit, here we go. Yeah, PlayStation boss Jim Ryan stepped down. Oh, he's been in it for 30 years? Damn. Yeah, he took over the CEO interaction February. Yeah, like I said, he hasn't been there like very long. What was that? What? 4 years? That's it? Like, damn, 4 years? That's all he had? Damn. Few months before the launch? Yeah, before the launch, yeah. Oh, damn. All right, let's go.
PlayStation boss Jim Ryan is stepping down. 2 sources tell Bloomberg News. So this was before the news became official. This was back in September 27th, 2023.
Right.
Not long after a whole article was published where it was confirmed through a statement that Jim Ryan put out there that this is
he's been around like the beginning.
And you'll notice that if you scroll down through the replies that Jason Schreier has received, people.
I look forward to his new role as head of the CMA.
People are quite.
The Interactive News had him
overjoyed.
They going in on his ass.
So right here, for example, one of the most liked tweets here reads, "Yes, oh my God," and then here's somebody else just posting a GIF of celebration. And scrolling further down, we have more tweets that just say, "This is awesome. This is a great development.
They going in
it's time, boys." We got folks posting, typical Phil Spencer gifs that one would expect from this. So speaking of Phil Spencer, despite his recent headbutting with Jim Ryan from the whole Activision Blizzard acquisition situation where Jim Ryan heavily lobbied against Xbox doing this. Phil Spencer, as always, he's a class act.
Yeah, he's there. He's
been a great contributor to
very appreciative.
Fierce leader for PlayStation. I wish him the best in what he does.
I feel like he's always appreciative of like the fans and stuff. Almost to a default. Almost like it's like crazy. Like, damn, this guy's CEO, or is he? You thought a CEO would be a piece of shit, but feel like he's like kind as fuck. Like I won't see the fucking demeanor side. See this guy how he looks when he get pissed off.
As next, thank you for all you've done for the community. And yeah, this is kind of the vibe that we can expect off of these responses. Let's freaking go.
Very
PlayStation can have fun again. And here's one tweet where people reminisce about the days when Jack Tretton and Sean Layden were CEO, who are among the more beloved folks, not only because of their forward-facing personality,
like I said, you were beloved.
They had less of an air of like strictly
unity. What?
Businessmen, but also an air of like we also do give a shit about gaming and we celebrate it, and it's not just
they just go in there and hire another ex EA executive. That'd be so fucking fucked up. If Sony did some bullshit like that. But yeah, we just heard the name about Unity, CEO and EA. Might as well hire another one. What?
A means for the business's profit. We do care about the medium itself. They always like evoke that vibe, and so it just made them seem more trustworthy. But beyond that, Jim Ryan, while he was successful business-wise in the way he launched or oversaw the launch of PlayStation 5 and a number of successful games, there were a few other things he's said or a few moves he's made that has left fans just scratching their heads. So let's take a look at Jason Schreier's article itself, published on September 27th, 2023.
What we got, Jason?
is retiring from Sony
He's about
in
to go.
March. He joined Sony
He's about to go in on his ass, I bet.
all the way back in 1994 and was appointed as CEO in 2019.
Yep.
So one thing there's no question about is that he was definitely an OG. He joined
Yeah,
the company
I
right
saw- I
before the
read.
first PlayStation console was introduced. So he was literally there since the
beginning,
And
yeah.
the statement that he put out can be found on
I was like, goddamn.
He said, after 30 years, I've made the decision to retire from SIE.
Oh man, jeez. You spend 30 years in gaming and then you become a CEO for just 4 years. Jeez, 4 years. It's the CEO and then gone. God damn.
In March of 2024. I've relished the opportunity to have a job I love in a very special company working with great people and incredible partners, but I found it increasingly difficult to reconcile living in Europe and working in North America. Apparently that was the main issue why he's moving on,
traveling
because of this conflict between where he lives and where he works. And then beyond that, you've got CEO of Sony Group.
Yeah, I bet that. You know what it was, right? It was like the COVID stuff. You know, he was fine. Once that fucking shit drew up and he had to travel, he's like, fuck this shit. He's like, what? I can stay in my house all damn for 2 years? Thank you. You know? Stuff shutting down, everything good? We good? I'm chilling. All right, CEO's not bad. Everything going back to, I gotta live where? I gotta go where? Shit.
Kenichiro Yoshida, who said that Jim Ryan has been an inspirational leader throughout his entire period with us, but never more so than in overseeing the launch of PlayStation 5.
Man,
in
they
the
like
midst of
traveling.
the
He's like,
global
hell no.
COVID pandemic,
Yep.
that extraordinary achievement made by the entire SIE team has been steadily built on, and PlayStation 5 is on track to become SIE's most successful console yet.
On
that front,
he fixed it,
he was successful.
Great.
He did oversee
on
the
business.
company, or SIE, successfully. And while his retirement is in process, and as they try to look for a new CEO, Hiroki Totoki, president and chief financial officer of parent Sony Group Corporation, will become interim CEO of the games business when Ryan leaves, before they find a successor. As for the areas where Jim Ryan fumbled, well, the most recent situation was how hard he went against Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard for $69 billion, lobbying against the deal with federal regulators.
Yeah, that got him.
A whole case with the FTC, where a lot of things from each company's respective closets were unearthed. Some stuff was leaked, but ultimately Jim Ryan failed to prevent the steal. It is at this point happening one way or another, and it just the level to which he pursued.
I'm pretty sure that's probably one of the reasons why he's stepping down, along with the whole traveling stuff and conflict with travel. He's like, I didn't get the deal done. I couldn't stop it. The business aspect is good. We good. I'm out. I'm out of this bitch.
Do this was pretty crazy, but then again, when you look at just how much money Sony and SIE make from Activision Blizzard games, they feared that if we saw Call of Duty become Xbox exclusive, then that's hundreds of millions of dollars every year that we might end up losing and things like that. But ultimately, the arguments that Jim Ryan made were rather hypocritical. Talking about how anti-competitive this all is. When Jim Ryan is
because they the main ones that started the damn exclusivity bullshit. Like Sony, literally.
Just Sony.
Sony literally started all the whole exclusive bullshit. Because the Xbox only had what? Master Chief, and that's all everybody kind of remember. Master Chief, that's it. Sony is like, we gonna collect this studio, we gonna get this studio, we gonna have this one, we gonna get that one. We gonna make the Ranger over here, you gonna put that on this console, God of War on this one, Horizon on this one only. Y'all ain't fucking touching this shit PC. We gonna keep it only on PlayStation exclusivity, son of a bitch. He was like, I want it on PC. People like, nah, fuck. Sony's like, fuck you, motherfucker. Yeah, you even tried to do that shit with Fortnite at one point. And Fortnite like, hey, you like crossover. He give you a bunch of money. Sony's like, you ain't giving us shit. And then a couple of years, then they got their ass outed or got eaten up by the fans. And they was like, all right, man, we'll let Let Fortnite slide. Shit, man. After a few months, you let them slide. Shit, they don't good giving us money.
Interactive entertainment in general is constantly pursuing exclusivity deals that prevent games from coming out on other consoles.
Also, they didn't they like fucking like I think they paid they even paid like I think Square Enix a few dollars more just for them to keep their console keep their games on their console for like years for like a year I think too for those exclusivity deals back too.
Among many other just
so yeah, they kept that exclusivity BS.
This is one area where Jim Ryan just he spent a lot of time on it. Nothing came out of this, and I wonder if this was in any way a contributor to his sudden retirement.
I said it too.
This is just coincidental timing. And then beyond that, Jason Schreier has compiled some of the issues that people have had with Jim Ryan. In terms of the community's perspective. Jason Schreier tweeted this on September 29th, 2023, just 2 days after it was officially announced that Jim Ryan would be retiring from Sony Interactive Entertainment. When I broke the news of PlayStation boss Jim Ryan's departure this week, I was kind of surprised to see a ton of gamers responding with cheers and celebratory gifts. And then embedded on this tweet is a link to an article titled "Why PlayStation Fans Are Cheering CEO's Departure." I'm actually not surprised at all, and I don't think a lot of people are either. I don't think it's any secret that Jim Ryan was never among the more liked CEOs that Sony's had. Some folks responded by saying things like, "I applauded the departure. He was a champion for investors, not consumers," expressing that he believes that his predecessors
why would fans cheer? why would fans cheer this? Champions for the investors. What fans cheer? Man, thank you for that investment, baby. You invest into this game. God damn, you invested. What? He's the back end. He's the dude in the damn crunching chair. He ain't put on the show for gamers. He ain't saying, you're breathtaking. He's not that guy.
Understood straddling the line between business and the consumer better. A number of users have come out to say that Jim Ryan always came off as tone deaf when it comes to communicating with the gaming community.
It's like
it doesn't help that Jim Ryan.
He's like like I say, he's like EA rep, It's like, I'm just here for the business and fucking consumers over, you know what I'm saying? I'm the investor part, I invest the bullshit.
Wasn't as personable as some of the other CEOs. Here's somebody saying that I think a lot of people, not all, like having a more personable person at the front, like Phil, Reggie, Sean, etc.
Yep, that's like the guys, the great ones too.
That's an ideal business tactic.
Phil and Reggie always seemed like they was fucking super genuine to just gamers and coming off as like easy to talk to. More like easy to talk to. You can relate to them because they gamers also. They play the goddamn games. They even talk about the damn games in their speeches about the damn game they play. What you going with? What's the investor talk? Yeah, I raised the price for Sony prices to be $70 for your game. What? Yeah, I told our investors charge the consumer $70 for your game. Oh yes, appreciate it, man. Thank you, Jim. Love that. Appreciate it, sir. Yeah, you want to celebrate that? Okay.
It's that Sony has engaged in recently.
That guy's the partner? Okay, great.
On PlayStation
there you go.
Plus significantly. Actually covered this about a month ago.
That's what I just say. What the fuck did I just say? Holy shit. Oh, goddamn.
I made a video titled PlayStation Plus 35% price increase baffles and upsets the internet.
Fuck.
A 35% increase is just unprecedented. It's usually in the 10% ballpark.
Like I said before, you gonna do that and say yes, he's a champion of investors, baby. Then I clap for that guy. He's great. No, hell no. He's leaving. All right, cool. Let's get him out of there. So what the hell? It's like somebody fucking price gouging you and you celebrating him price gouging you. What the fuck? I celebrate that, man. He gave me that investment. He made me charge him extra more, baby, for that damn thing I wanted. Could have been cheap price. Could have been $40. He charged me $75 more. Plus DOC. So I'm paying $90. 95. Hell yeah. No.
And it's especially baffling when for such a huge increase, the service offers nothing additional in return. A number of people.
That's it. Yep. Exactly. You you raise the price increase and you don't increase quality. And a lot of companies try to do that. They increase the price, the quality doesn't get better, server's still laggy, shit still goes down offline like crazy, and oh look, you're just paying more money for the bullshit. Okay. Yes.
People have also pointed out how during Jim Ryan's tenure, they closed down Japan's studio, which while wasn't the most profitable division.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, they in California now.
The company just nurture that more rather than just shun it and shut it down entirely. And then Jason Schreier himself in his article titled "Why PlayStation Fans Are Cheering CEO's Departure," he also did point out some of the most common criticisms that he saw from the gaming community. He highlighted how, in contrast to previous faces of PlayStation, such as the serene Sean Layden and the video game loving Shuhei Yoshida, Ryan came off to many fans as slick corporate businessman. And then he highlighted one situation where Jim Ryan straight up dismissed retro games and their preservation by saying that old PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games looked ancient. Like, why would
you fucking over the old gamers, OG gamers. They're gonna be on your ass.
Anybody play
even I'm an OG gamer, and that sound like somebody had a threat. That sound like, what you say? What you say about my damn game?
Linking to a VG247 article published back in June of 2017 that archived Jim Ryan saying this. Here's the exact quote. "When we've dabbled with backwards compatibility, I can say it is one of those features that is much requested, but not actually used much."
Yeah, because you can still do that. And people like to play their old games probably on new consoles. You can do that. We see that with emulation. We know you can do that. You just don't want to spend that money to do that because your games will go out of stock or people will just play on one system. But you don't want to do that now. It's so easy to do.
That, and I was at a Gran Turismo event recently where they had PS1, PS2, PS3, and PS4 games, and the PS1 and the PS2 games, they looked ancient. Like, why would anybody play this? VG247 also highlighted the irony of Ryan saying something like that when you consider that Sony's selling those very same old games on PlayStation 4 after slightly putting them up and adding in trophies. Why?
So good. So damn good.
Bother with bringing retro games to modern consoles at all if, as Jim Ryan says, they're ancient and nobody wants to play them. The company
but you put them on your store so people can buy them over on the new system and they can play it on the storefront and buy it as a, without having to purchase it physical copy.
Clearly seems to recognize that there is enough of a demand for retro games that it's worthwhile bringing them on modern consoles. If you make the purchase of retro games more convenient by making them easy to purchase or transfer over to the most modern hardware and the most recent generation of consoles.
And we know they can do this. They can do this. That's why some of these companies or some of these little third-party companies can put like emulation games and you can play all those damn games on the same on a system that has all the requirements for it, and you can switch in between PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1 games, PlayStation 3, 4, and it's it runs smooth. People want that, but people want it from your console, and because you're the actual people that makes it the damn thing. But there goes these third party little areas or sites to get the damn stuff. If you make it easy for them, they won't have to do that bullshit.
And guess what? People will be curious to check them out. Not to mention that it is my belief that games should be preserved. It's crazy to see how many games that were digital only are dying off, and how many games have not been brought into the modern era and are close to becoming.
That's literally why I got that's literally why I bought Uncharted. I got a copy of Uncharted and both Spider-Man games. It's actually CD. They on my CD. I didn't fucking pre-ordered or none of that stuff digitally. Nope. Physical copies, baby.
Instinct. Another dumb thing that Jim Ryan said while touting the company's accomplishments in Europe and Asia was that people had never played games before PlayStation.
Still got my old PS2 games
which
too.
Somebody who is from the Middle East immediately pointed out that this is false. Made we had net cafes and arcades and NES ROM hacks same time as the West did.
We had NES arcade. Yep, right there. There you go. There you go.
We just brought cracked games and polystations because you wouldn't sell to us. And then
that's exactly what I just said. If they can just do that, people won't have to freaking do none of that. None of this. They won't do none of this stuff right here. You would make it so goddamn easy for people to play on your goddamn system. Then nobody had to do none of this crap.
Wested, we just brought cracked games and polystations because you wouldn't sell to us. And then there's the whole situation where Jim Ryan made a public statement after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade rather than take a stance on abortion rights as some staff had hoped. He said that, everyone can have their opinions, which many employees have.
Ooh, why would he? This man, he feeling himself. He was feeling himself that day.
Felt that was really tone deaf.
Yeah,
and a lot of people
he was feeling himself that day. He thought he was the man.
Sony were dismayed by Jim Ryan's responses. So studios like Insomniac Games, makers of Marvel Spider-Man and the upcoming Marvel Spider-Man 2, decided to donate $50,000 to women's rights organization, but were forbidden from speaking publicly about it. Most prominently affecting the potential future of Sony Interactive Entertainment is the way Jim Ryan has overseen a PlayStation shift toward games as a service, which has forced a lot of those studios that are more accustomed to making single-player, campaign-driven, story-heavy experiences to develop their own live services like Naughty Dog and Insomniac, as well as Guerrilla, who are all working or been working on multiplayer service games with mixed levels of success. As Jason Schreier reports here, some have been
because most of these live service games are literally just hit or miss, but mostly likely they fail for the most part if you don't have a lot of money backing it up to fix things. And when servers go down, you have to help a whole lot of another team, almost a 24-hour service for your damn game. And that's a lot of money and a lot of moving parts to have these games get better over time. And especially for live service, that's you taking a big ass risk doing that bullshit.
Or overhauled, such as an online game based on The Last of Us, that big multiplayer Last of Us game that has been announced. That project has been in trouble. Bungie actually checked it out. Bungie has been acquired by PlayStation under Jim Ryan's watch, and apparently it was not living up to Bungie standards of what a live service should be. So I'm not sure if it's scrapped or they're just
they probably didn't have the damn money. That's why. Cause that money, they know that money gonna run out. Cause that's not gonna be a live service game, and you gonna have to be able to fix things on the spot. Not wait no damn freaking 3 months to fix things. Sony, ain't gonna happen.
Back to the drawing board, but that project has definitely been delayed internally. But all these studios, Naughty Dog, Insomniac, Guerrilla, they specialize in single-player experiences, and that pivot to making live services is not going to be an easy one. It's
because that's not what they do. They do single-player games, and when you try to switch that to a live service game, that's not going to work too well. You're going to have to balance a lot of shit, and it will fuck up a lot of shit too.
Take a while, just like how it took Bungie a while to get their bearings with the Destiny live service. And there are examples of game studios who specialize in single-player experiences trying to make live services and trying to make them as ambitious as something like Destiny, just failing with disastrous results. As Jason Schreier points out here, just ask the developers of Anthem, BioWare, who tried to make this shift and tried to make their own Destiny and tried to kind of reach that level from the outset. And I mean, that just failed miserably because not only was the development surrounding this game completely troubled and the tool sets and the engine just not suited for Anthem, but the lack of experience also definitely came into play, and it led.
Why would they do that? They literally put out a fake trailer, and then they didn't have that actual gameplay type of game for the trailer. They just threw out a freaking just random trailer, and they oh, let's make the game right after. You gotta have the game already in gameplay. That's why I say you can't watch trailers without, if it doesn't have actual gameplay and it doesn't have that little HUD or anything showing. Don't trust it ever. Even when it's Ubisoft, because Ubisoft make great trailers too. You never can trust them either.
To that disastrous launch. And that's a big part of why Sony decided to acquire Destiny maker Bungie under Ryan's leadership, but even Bungie's expertise has not yet been able to turn PlayStation Studios into a service game factory. Again, it's going to take a while for that to happen.
Now, I'm not sure
Jim Ryan is directly responsible for Sony steering the ship towards more live services. Like, was this his proposition, or did he happen to become CEO during a time when the higher ups?
All you gotta do is think about it. Like, how many BR games, or they had battle passes or whatever, even before like Fortnite or whatever came out, became PUBG per se, just made it hot. But how many games before that just tried to do BRs that freaking failed or went under? A lot.
Had plans to shift the company more towards live services. Either way, with all this happening during Jim Ryan's tenure, a lot of fans associate Sony's attempted shift towards more live services to Jim Ryan's leadership. And it's not just fans who are worried. Insiders apparently are worried about the company's lack of coherent vision, seemingly misplaced bets on service games, niche VR headsets, and a baffling machine called the PlayStation Portal, a $200 remote play only device that can stream games off of your PlayStation 5 that doesn't come with Bluetooth. So if you want to get wireless audio off of it, you have to buy PlayStation's earbuds or headset, which are $150 to $200. There
you go.
Just a baffling product line all around.
Well, I tell you, well, price gouge the shit out of the consumer. Well, price gouge the shit out there is.
As the misplaced bets on service games go, Jason Schreier highlights here that even Fortnite is making less money than it once did. And not to mention that there are only so many live services that can occupy the gaming space, because people don't have an unlimited amount of time. And live services expect an unlimited amount of time out of people. Whereas with experiences that have a beginning, middle, and end, people hop from one to the other. With live services, there's only one or two that people can reasonably stick to, and the market is becoming oversaturated. And PlayStation's working on multiple live services that expect people to invest into over the long term.
Not gonna work.
And it's just like, how is that sustainable to have so many live services
That's
come
not
out
gonna work.
once?
It ain't gonna work.
Discussion for another day. The bottom line is that Jim Ryan's departure is being celebrated by fans, by the gaming community. Now, there are those who have said, now New Salad Games Industry did release an opinion piece titled Sony has a crucial decision to make after Jim Ryan's retirement, where they noted that they did speak to people from within PlayStation, people internally, and apparently the folks that they've spoken to were clearly fond of Jim Ryan. He was Uncle Jim to some in the UK office. Andrew House once described him as PlayStation's secret weapon.
To investors.
And he was called a hero by former PlayStation executive Shahid Ahmed in a keynote talk back in April. And I don't want to give the impression that he achieved absolutely nothing. He did lead the PlayStation 5 launch through a pandemic. Like, that is an impressive thing to have on your resume. But from the gaming community's perspective, looking long term, he just didn't like where Jim Ryan's leadership and how he was steering the company, whether by his own will or from the mandate of higher ups, how all of that was going and how that would culminate in what many fans were perceiving as a potentially worse, more corporate PlayStation,
of course,
whose business tactics.
Surprisingly, they didn't do no like PlayStation investor, event like they did. Like, I think Xbox did that BS, and like, we're gonna show an event and it's gonna show it into our investors, but it was no game, but it was like a big ass Xbox event. I'm like, what the hell? Where the fuck is the damn games? Xbox, and they got their ass ate for that bullshit by gamers.
might just diminish what PlayStation fans love about the brand and what they specialize in. But now the future of PlayStation will be defined by who is chosen next, and that indeed, I agree, will be a crucial decision. In the meantime, though, let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and opinions are on Jim Ryan's retirement from Sony Interactive Entertainment. What do you think the future holds for PlayStation? And to be further updated
more
on
investors.
all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay
dudes,
tuned
probably.
right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.
Well, there you go. Well, there you go, people. Young out. All right, good stuff, Young. Good stuff. What does it say? Hopefully, I know that's exactly what I was thinking about. X6, exactly. I like that one. Yeah, I like that shit. I like that one. Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, that's the one I like. That's the good one. That's the good one right there, baby. This is only That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Sure, it's going to be path of YouTube and Twitter, isn't it? It's possible. That's very possible. Overall, interesting stuff. There you go, though. And there you go. Yeah, but overall, I think he's leaving the company because the travel stuff, and he didn't beat the Bethesda deal. That's what I think overall, in my opinion. That's what I think would happen. He didn't like the travel. He was good with after that. He hit that investor stuff perfectly for the upper management. Let's just say hit those numbers perfectly for them. Price gouge, all that good stuff. Chef's kiss for Jim for them. For that. But after he got travel and everything, and yeah, he didn't stop that investor stuff and aired out the little black stuff. I said black stuff. Air out the blackmail stuff, and and Sony had to show up their little stuff on the Xbox. Yeah, and let that play out in public opinion. Oh yeah. Yeah, he had to get out. He had to get out of there. He's like, shit, I fucked up. He had to leave. He had to go, man. But he's been inspirational leader throughout this entire period with us. See, and I think that's where his beginning and end right there. Raise them prices up. Overall, there you go. Good stuff, Young. Good stuff.